Hello and welcome back. I am sitting here in the kitchen again. I just finished up some food. Miss Minerva is having her food as well. Oh, don't yell at Mommy. She loves her food. So because she's in a decent enough mood for me to film, I decided we're just going to do two things at once. For the last few videos, I've been doing sort of a recap of the trip and some of my favorite things that I think that you should know before going on your trip or while you're already on your trip. Okay, so I thought since Miss Minerva is here with us today, we should talk about some baby things. So there are a lot of things in Japan that I find is very child friendly, which I'm very, very, very happy about because I traveled with two children, right? Yes! And sometimes you have kids who are very aggressive about food. So I wanted to talk about some of my favorite things that I noticed in Japan that are very child friendly, right? You're welcome. So the first thing, since we're talking about food, restaurants. There are some really amazing restaurants to go to in Japan, but a lot of them are not really for children. But my favorite thing about Japan is that they actually have family restaurants. Just like here, we have restaurants that allow children and then some that don't. It's just blatantly obvious that when you go to these restaurants, there are going to be kids there, so you do not feel so uncomfortable having your kid and having to feed them or, that sort of thing. So every restaurant in Japan has a family or a kids meal or a kids menu, but not every restaurant is a family restaurant. So the family restaurants are great. Their kid menus are fantastic. It's practically miniature versions of the adult food, but then they get cool toys and drinks with it, which I find really fun. And they get little things to distract them as they're eating their dinner, which is really great so that you can also enjoy your meal as well. Right, Minerva? Right? Are you enjoying your meal? Okay. So, family restaurants, really great. Restaurants that have family menus or kids menus is wonderful. So definitely look that up if you're traveling with kids in Japan and find your best options for that. My favorite, oh my gosh, I had so many that I enjoyed going to. I had a list. I should have brought it for the video. I was distracted feeding the baby. But you could just easily type into Google family restaurants and you will find the best one. Royal Host, that's one. Royal Host is very good, amazing. They had a section for youth that's like a booth type thing that the families can go to. But then the whole restaurant is also a family run restaurant. The menu is really good. The kids menu is even better. I think I enjoyed Malachi's meal a lot more than Yes? Malachi, yeah, it's your big brother. You wanted to share your lunch with him? She's into sharing these days, and it's not cute because she wants to take her hand and put it in your face with her food on it. No, I'm okay. Thank you, though. You can eat. Yes. She has the biggest smile on her face right now. Okay, family restaurants. Play areas. There are certain places which will have play areas so that the parents are able to go and do whatever they need to do. And the child can be there for like an hour and they get to run around and play and, exert their energy and that sort of thing. If you are at the shop next door. It's kind of scary leaving your kid in a random place, so I didn't really opt for that. But what I opted for was being able to give them the space to run Yes, running. Giving them the place to run while I was able to watch. So if Minerva needed a feed or something like that, one of those play areas is great because they usually have fun bathrooms that you can take the kids to, so they can utilize it so they don't have to go by themselves, place to change the baby. But then at the same time, older kids can go and they can run and play and have fun, which is fantastic because in itself, yes, in itself, that is the exciting part for them, is that they get to play and mom or dad, yes, thank you. I don't want any of your food. You can have your food, okay? Is it yummy? Yeah, so while they're running and playing, you can run to the store while one parent goes and does something else, or vice versa. And her food is done. Like, you're only like a few minutes into the video. She's a very good eater. I make all of her food. I might do some small videos on that so you guys can see what kind of food I make for Miss Minerva. Okay, so restaurants, play areas, and these are in anywhere. They're shopping centers, they're in hotels, they're in temples, they're in all sorts of different things. So you just have to kind of explore. I think I notice them more because I'm traveling with kids, but it's, okay, you're finished? All right, you can come out. She's coming out. Oh. Goodbye, chair. Blooper reels. I'm not doing any blooper reels. Sorry, I don't have time for that. Right, so play areas, restaurants. Okay, the next thing is I talked about bathrooms. Bathrooms are fantastic in Japan. Well, depending on where you go. Family-friendly bathrooms, I will say, are fantastic. They're super clean. They have the best amenities. There's so many fun things in there. They have ones that have like a breastfeeding section just for moms who want to feed their babies. There's inside those bathrooms, they have like pretty decor. It's like painted really nicely. If you go to any places that have like malls, in which we went to a lot of those because of the Pokemon centers and things that Malachi wanted to go to. But anytime I need to get away and have like a quiet space for her because she wanted to eat or because I need to change her, they had everything. And in them, they'll have like pull down beds for even if you have like a special needs child. They have a full bed that you can put them on to change them if you need to. The bathrooms are so accessible because they have accessible ones and they have like regular ones. And of course, every bathroom toilet has like some sort of spray function, cleaning function, bidet function. So there's that too. But my favorite things in those bathrooms is they have these little chairs that's attached to the wall that you can literally just split baby into, sit, and then you can use the bathroom. They're all secure and everything like that. So great. It is so great. Oh my, I wish they had them everywhere in the world, but I've only ever seen them in Japan and they are fan-freaking-tastic. Some of the feeding rooms are just like so decadent. They have fun chairs for you to sit in that you can recline in and feed baby and put them to sleep, and it's a whole thing. It's so great. There was one that we went to that was like in a karaoke bar area, and there was like a full shower that you could use as well if you needed it. It was fantastic. So definitely a good thing. They are sometimes hard to find if you're in areas that aren't like popular to have them. But if you're at any sort of large facility, playscape, or theme park or anything like that, you will find these bathrooms. Even when we were on Miyajima Island and we had gone to dinner, right next door they had like a cultural center, and in there they had those bathrooms there. So you just have to kind of look, and it doesn't hurt to just ask, right? Just ask for a feeding area or a family bathroom, and they'll point you in the right direction, right? And as long as you have a baby, somebody will just be like, oh, this way, and they'll take you to where you need to go. They'll just automatically know that's the bathroom that you need to use. So you don't need to worry about that. Um, stroller park. There's stroller parking everywhere. Places to park your stroller. If you're at a restaurant, they have a section that is just for people with families that have babies with strollers or things that they bring with them when carrying their children, either those little carriers that you drag along the ground, the kids inside, or the strollers or whatnot. They have a place to park them. My favorite place to see them is when you go to temples. You guys know how much I hate the stairs at the temples because there's so many, but to experience it, you have to go up those stairs. Going up those stairs with strollers, out of the question. So what we usually do is we carry our carrier with us. We attach baby to us like so, or facing forward, whichever one. And then we park the strollers up at the stroller parking. Just like there's car parking, there's stroller parking and bicycle parking and everything like that. So you park them up. They're all over temples, restaurants, malls, wherever, anywhere that they know there's going to be a lot of people with families, they usually have a stroller parking. No one's gonna steal your stroller. I have seen like crazy expensive strollers that are just there parked up. Sometimes people even leave their bags and stuff underneath with all their things. It just stays there nice and secure. If you want to lock them up, you can just bring your own sort of like bicycle lock type situation, lock it up just like you do your bike. But I'm telling you, it'll be there when you get back. When we were traveling and we were going to all of those different temples and different places, attractions and whatnot, that was the best thing, is having somewhere that I know I can park up the stroller but still know that I'll be able to use it when I'm going home later on the train, and things like that. Speaking of the train, people always say, oh, if the train's overcrowded, you have to close up your things. Yes, do close up your strollers and, you know, take your backpacks off and wear them at the front and things like that when you're going on busy trains during busy time. But in most cases, if it's not crazy busy on the train, like if you're not going through the trains at peak rush hour time, someone will always give you a seat. They have a section where the seats flip up and then you can put the strollers or wheelchairs in that section. People know exactly what it's for, and they will just flip it up for you and they'll say, oh, here, miss, come and you can go here, and you park it up and then you're secure on there. They even have a spot that's like for your luggage, especially if you're on the Shinkansen. There's a spot if you have larger luggage where you can slide them in. Same thing with the strollers, a spot for it, you just slide it in there, and it's secure. So like it's very convenient and very accessible, and they build in mind understanding that there are families who come to certain places. So I love that, and I wish more places in the world, especially in North America, would keep in mind that people travel with their children sometimes, right? And sometimes you don't have the convenience of not traveling without them. So keeping that in mind for especially larger places. Smaller places expect to, of course, accommodate to the size of the place, but in most cases, you are able to bring that, especially in Japan. What do you want to see? You like my paper? All right, and then the last thing I have here is airports. There you go, you can have it now. Airports, buses, trains, things like that. Oh my goodness. Are you gonna be careful with it? Because if you're not, I'm gonna take it away, okay? They are so accommodating to families, especially the airport. They have specific lines that are just for the families, and I know that they have that all over in many places, but for some reason it's less fussy. It's less of a, oh my gosh, you have a kid, oh, we have to accommodate you, okay, you can go over to this family line, and it's the line that like takes the longest amount of time because nobody's really there to assist you. No, in Japan they have one specifically for families, whether you're small families, larger families, and worse if you have an infant. They want to rush you out as soon as possible, because the worst thing for them is if the baby starts crying, then everybody's going to fuss over you and try to get you going, where they already assume that's going to happen anyway, so they just jump to doing it. There's somebody there to help you move your luggage forward if you're traveling, on your own with a baby. And we were traveling as a family of 4. but it was just convenient. We didn't have lines. We didn't have to wait too long. Usually there's one other person in front because they would have more than one line that is for families, because they know that people will travel a lot together. And then anybody who's traveling on their own or just with one other person, they have the regular lines to go to, but those lines are generally very quick pace when dealing with them. So I love that about it. We had a fantastic time traveling with her. There was no crazy fussing, no crazy crying. I should make a video about the flights and what it was like flying with an infant and flying with a child. But so convenient, so easily. Getting through customs was so simple. We just made sure we had all of our papers and things ready to go, and all we had to do was hand it off. They checked everything, put us in the system, and then we were good to go. They're like, you're free. It took like 10 minutes to get through security, and I'm just like, wow. It took longer for us to get the chip for our phone than it did going through security in Japan. It's so amazing. Like, oh my gosh, the quality of care for families is amazing. I'm not saying that the quality of care for single individuals isn't amazing as well. I'm just saying this based up on my experience traveling with children and with an infant, and worrying that I was gonna cause issues, or you get those deadly stares when you go certain places where it's just like, oh, kid is here. But no, if babies are treated just like regular people, they tend to just be calm and they enjoy themselves and they get to have fun with everybody else. So that was my family friendly tip, so that everybody is, up and aware of those things. So if you're worried about traveling with your child, don't be, especially to Japan. They are family friendly. Things that you can do, places that you can go where you don't really have to worry about them. Yes, you do have to keep in mind that you still have a child and you have to adjust accordingly, but you don't have to miss out on a lot of the things. Like, we didn't get to have a crazy nightlife when we went to Japan, but what we did instead was we had hotels that had fun areas within them that we could go to and sit and enjoy a drink together once the kids were asleep and whatnot. And that was like our nighttime, routine type situation. So we still had some adult time with each other. So I had a good time and it was a relief to not have to worry about stressing other people out when having an infant or a child with us. So those are my little tips of our family friendly situations. If there's anything that you want to know about the travel and traveling with kids, I can definitely make another video about that. Can we not eat Mama's hair? I don't think we should eat Mama's hair. And maybe we can bring this little one along with us for the next video, because she now sleeps less. So she wants to spend more time with Mom, which means there will be more videos with this little one's bobbly head in the video. Right? Right? All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. I hope you come back for another video, and like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. Say bye. Want to say bye to everyone? She stole my pen. It's Mama's pen. Want to say bye? She's not interested. She's only interested in the pen. Sorry, guys. Maybe next time. Bye.